Edo State Government led by Governor Monday Okpebholo has issued an executive order, blacklisting a government-registered acclaimed sociocultural organization, the Neo-Black Movement, NBM, as a violent organization among those responsible for violent crimes of high rates of secret cult-related homicide killings in the state, and in a swift reaction, the president of the Neo-Black Movement of Africa, NBM, Olorogun Ese Kakor, while speaking with a panel of presenters at Arise News Television during the TV program, accused the Governor, Monday Okpebholo, of allegedly using members of the Black Axe Confraternity during his election, adding that the Governor never consulted with them to know if members of Black Axe Confraternity are also members of the Neo-Black Movement, saying, "The Governor is now attacking NBM because of Black Axe," stressing that Black Axe Confraternity is a criminal organization, insisting that members of the confraternity are never members of the NBM, and shortly after the NBM President's statement, large group of youths in Edo State led a solidarity protest march to the Edo State Government House in Benin City to express their support and willingness to defend the government policies and actions to stop the massive destructions of lives and creation of young widows and high rates of fatherless children in the state due to secret cult activities. This, assessments of some of the pro-government policy protesters indicated that some of them are people who may have identified themselves in the past as members of the Neo-Black Movement, and they also appeared to be people very loyal to one of the prominent leaders of the NBM, Anthony Adun aka Tony Kabaka, who trended when he was interviewed about the activities of the NBM in a BBC documentary published by the British Broadcasting Service some years back. Addressing the pro-government policy protesters on Monday at the State Government House in Benin City, Governor Monday Okpebholo said he will not listen to any form of blackmail and he will continue the fight to end insecurity in the state. In quotes, the governor said, "Yesterday, I addressed a peaceful rally by courageous Edo youths who, like me, are tired of the senseless killings and destruction caused by cultism. I told them what I'll tell you now. Every Edo life matters. If I had fallen victim to cult violence as a young man, I wouldn't be here serving you today. We will continue to act decisively. No threats, no blackmail, no fear will stop us. Buildings linked to cultism will be demolished. Criminals will be rooted out. And together, with the backing of our determined young people, we will reclaim our state. Edo must be safe, for our families, for our future, and for the investments and opportunities we seek to attract. This is practical governance in action, and it will not stop." Also on Monday, the state governor, Monday Okpebholo, through the office of the chief press secretary, Fred Ichua, said that Neo-Black Movement, NBM, is involved in violent crimes in the state, hence he issued an executive order and revoked the certificate of occupancy of land. The NBM international headquarters was situated at Amagba area in Benin City, and ordered the demolition of the house. The press release reads verbatim below. Edo State Governor, Senator Monday Okpebholo, has called on the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetoken, and the Director General of the Department of State Services, DSS, Oluwatosin Ajayi, to initiate the immediate arrest and prosecution of the President of the Neo-Black Movement, NBM, of Africa, Olorogun Ese Kakor, over alleged forgery of official state government documents. In the petition, the governor accused Kakor of forging government documents, which falsely claimed to authorize him to provide assistance to schools in Edo South Senatorial District. The act, he said, was not only fraudulent but a direct assault on the integrity of the state's administrative processes. The governor, who described the act as criminal and deceitful, said the alleged forgery was carried out in connivance with certain low-level civil servants within the state bureaucracy. He noted that those civil servants implicated in the forgery have already been identified and taken into custody, and a police investigation is currently underway to determine their level of culpability. Governor Okpebholo vowed that all those found culpable will be prosecuted in accordance with the law. Governor Okpebholo further insisted that the land title on which the NBM headquarters was erected in Edo State has been revoked, citing the organization's alleged involvement in violent crimes and unlawful activities within the state. The governor urged both the Nigeria Police Force and the DSS to intensify their efforts in curbing the operations of groups allegedly involved in criminality and to ensure that those responsible for these acts are brought to justice. We had reported that, in apparent anger, Edo State Government under the leadership of Governor Monday Okpebholo has issued a serious warning with a strong message sent to the President of the Neo-Black Movement of Africa, NBM, Olorogun Ese Kakor, that the Edo State Government has started consultations to enable it take more appropriate legal action against the Neo-Black movement, saying, the international headquarters or secretariat of the movement situated at Amagba area in Benin City that was demolished last month by the state government, has been an enclave used for planning and execution of secret cult-related killings by members of the Neo-Black movement. The governor also referred to and described as Black Axe secret cult, probably expressing more anger that the leadership and members of the Neo-Black movement had the courage to come out publicly to identify themselves with the demolished building. The governor said they will be made to face prosecution. The national president of the Neo-Black movement, Olorogun Ese Kakor, while speaking in reaction to the demolished building on a Rise News TV program, said, the movement is not Black Axe, emphasizing that Black Axe is a criminal organization while the Neo-Black movement is a social-cultural organization that promote and engage in humanitarian services. It would be recalled that we had reported that the Edo State Police Command of Nigeria Police Force has confirmed the arrest of 95 persons in connection with the killing of more than 15 people between April 25, 2025 and now in the renewed deadly and bloody apparent supremacy secret cult war in the state among members of the Black Axe Confraternity aka AEA, Maphite Confraternity aka Great Men and IA Confraternity aka Air Lords, which started with the killing of a physiotherapist, simply identified as Alex, and another individual at the University of Benin Teaching Hospital, UBTH Back Gate, Ugbowo, in Benin, with the Edo State Government led by Governor Monday Okpebholo launching a retaliatory war against businesses and individuals allegedly aiding secret cult killings in the state. Thus, sealed off a Turno hotel, planned to demolish the hotel owned by People's Democratic Party, PDP chieftain, Honorable Matthew Ido Akemwan, who was the Director General of Adun, Ogie campaign organization in the last governorship election in the state, on the ground that a particular secret cult group members gathered at the Turno hotel to plan their recent killings in the state, and in addition, the Edo State Governor also sealed off and marked a residential building for demolition, also owned by a PDP chieftain, Francis Enegbeneki.
These particular boys you claim are cultists, you patronize them. He patronizes them, he gives them money. He patronizes them during their elections. Once his elections, they will use them, and after using them, they will come back to claim that the same boys are members of an organization. These particular people you patronize, I don't know them. You've never contacted the leadership of the organization to find out if truly these persons you patronize are members of the organization. So why would you go to the international secretariat to demolish?
We are here today to campaign against cultism and drug abuse, and to also let you know and let the whole world know that we are with you, Your Excellency, the governor of Edo State, against the fight against cultism. The killings is too much.
We have lost a countable number of youth to cultism, and we are here to say enough is enough. Whatever stringent measures you want to take to curb cultism, take it. And when you need our help, we'll be standing. Sir, we appreciate your efforts, and we pray that God continue to give you strength to clean Edo State.
If I was killed as a youth, if I was in any way shot at and I died, will I be a governor today?
No!
So for that reason, every Edo blood matters.
Yes.
I am proud that people have taken this stand to say we should not lose any blood anymore. They want to kill our dreams. They want to kill Edo people, and we will not accept. Let them make noise from here to anywhere. We will not listen to them.
Edo State Government under the leadership of Governor Monday Okpebholo has explained and given wider clarifications to the new anti-kidnapping laws in the state, with specifications that friend or family member of suspected kidnapper or any person suspected to have made an attempt to kidnap, discovering such friend or family member to have hidden or provide a temporary stay or shelter to the criminal suspect, with complete disregard to the level of innocency such a friend or family member may be found to be in connection with the crime. The new laws stipulate 14 years imprisonment with no option of fine for such shelter provider or providers. The Edo State Government published the clarification a day after the government demolished a house of an elder sister of suspected kidnap gang member along College Road at Adun area in Benin City simply because the suspect was living in the house, according to the news reporters broadcasted by Okpebholo television, with additional information that the elder sister of the suspect is not living in Nigeria. She has been in abroad where she has been working and providing financial support to her younger brother who got himself into the crime of kidnapping business for a reward of 350,000 nairas. The Edo State Government, while giving the clarification through the Office of the Press Secretary to the Governor in a news feature in which the Chief Press Secretary, Fred Ichua, titled, "A Step-by-Step Breakdown of New Kidnapping Prohibition Law in Edo State," said the new laws were with stringent principles to deter people from going into kidnapping and providing any form of aid to suspected kidnappers with a view to guarantee public safety and restore confidence in the law enforcement and judicial system in the state. In his words, the Governor Press Secretary said, "In Edo State, Governor Monday Okpebholo and members of the State House of Assembly are united in taking a firm stand against the escalating threat of kidnapping. The Edo State House of Assembly has passed the Kidnapping Prohibition Amendment Law 2025. This amended legislation marks a bold legislative milestone aimed at tightening the noose on kidnappers, their accomplices, and enablers. It reflects a sharpened resolve by the government to enhance public safety and restore confidence in law enforcement and judicial systems within the state. Under this amended law, the penalties for kidnapping have been significantly strengthened. In what is considered one of the most stringent anti-kidnapping frameworks in the country, the law prescribes the death penalty for anyone who is directly involved in the act of kidnapping where a life is lost. For cases where victims survive the ordeal, a convicted kidnapper now faces life imprisonment, a stern departure from lighter sentences in previous enactments. Furthermore, the law introduces a minimum sentence of 21 years for anyone who aids, abets, conspires, or attempts to commit the offense of kidnapping, reflecting the government's intention to criminalize not just the act itself but the entire chain of support behind it. Another groundbreaking aspect of the amendment is the provision targeting those who provide shelter, hideouts, or logistical support to kidnappers. Such individuals, regardless of whether they directly participated in the crime, are now liable to a minimum of 14 years imprisonment upon conviction. This sweeping clause is designed to dismantle the ecosystem that enables the planning and execution of abductions, closing loopholes that perpetrators have long exploited. Moreover, the law broadens the scope of what constitutes kidnapping. It now includes compelling another person through threats or deceit into confinement, regardless of the duration or nature of the detention. This redefinition seeks to capture a wider array of tactics employed by criminals, especially those that do not involve traditional hostage-taking scenarios but still infringe on the liberty of individuals. Notably, the amendment also criminalizes the act of negotiating ransom. Any individual who receives, offers, or facilitates the exchange of ransom payments, whether a relative of the victim or otherwise, is now at risk of prosecution. The law aims to break the cycle of financial incentives that have fueled the persistence of the crime, making it less lucrative for perpetrators. In the same vein, the possession of property, whether movable or immovable, acquired through ransom proceeds is now a criminal offense, subject to forfeiture and other legal consequences. The Kidnapping Prohibition Amendment Law Law 2025 also includes clauses that ensure the protection of witnesses and victims during prosecution. It mandates confidentiality for witnesses and safeguards them from potential reprisals. This is an important provision given the fear and reluctance often associated with testifying against dangerous criminals, and it signals a move towards a more victim-sensitive justice system. This new law comes in response to the growing calls from civil society, security experts, and the general public for tougher legislations to curb the surge in abductions, which has not only threatened lives but has also hampered economic activities and shaken communal peace. The Edo State Government's decision to adopt such comprehensive and tough measures sends a clear message that it will no longer tolerate acts of criminality that violate the sanctity of human freedom. As the state implements the provisions of this law, emphasis will be placed on training law enforcement officers, sensitizing the judiciary, and educating the public on the implications of the amendments. This multi-pronged approach is necessary to ensure the law's effectiveness and to build a safer Edo State where citizens can live without fear, the Governor Press Secretary stated. Edo State Police Commissioner Monday Okpebholo has cautioned operators of point-of-sale (POS) to be careful while allowing men of the Nigeria Police Force (NPF) in unmarked vehicles to transact with them, with specific instructions that the POS operators in the state must henceforth demand and keep the official records of such policeman or policemen he or she decides to do business with, before initiating any financial transaction with the security operatives. The Commissioner of Police made this known on Thursday after he hosted a group of stakeholders in the entertainment industry in the state to a meeting held at the Commissioner's office on Tuesday, following the massive public outcry which include voices from some popular entertainment celebrities like Afua Gift Esohe aka Edo Princess, Lawrence Osrenko aka MC Casino, Badamosi Agbonjo Jonathan aka Edo Pikin among others who trend on social media the allegations of policemen constantly harassing and extorting money from young Nigerians in the ancient city, Benin City, the Edo state capital. The allegations apparently gave further sufficient strength to the virtual evidence of a white lady seen on social media on April 27, 2025 video recording group of policemen along the airport road in Benin City who allegedly turned official roadblock of stop and search to prevent crime into a criminal ambush of threatening to attack innocent citizens, probably to rob them at gunpoint by thus forcing them to pay them certain amount of money through the aid of a POS operator. Also during the week, the Commissioner of Police in Edo State held a meeting with the State Resident Anti-Corruption Commissioner of the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, IOJ Primo, where both discussed ways to curb acts of extortions in the state. CSP Moses Yamu, the Edo State Police Command Public Relations Officer, in a statement made available on Thursday stated that the Edo State Command is aware of some social media reports alleging policemen involvement in certain acts of harassment and/or extortion in the state. In a deliberate effort to checkmate and arrest the situation, the Edo State Commissioner of Police, CP Monday Okpebholo, FDC, has mapped out some steps, part of which was an engagement with social media influencers in the state held in his office on the 13th of May 2025 and directed the immediate reform of the anti-money laundering unit. CP Okpebholo further directed that henceforth, 1. All policemen in the state, tactical teams, area commands, and other special teams, must have their name tags sewn permanently on their uniforms. 2. All unmarked vehicles used by the aforementioned teams must carry stickers on the front and both sides of the vehicle while on any assignment. 3. All POS operators in the state are to be cautious when transacting with police officers in unmarked vehicles. They must ensure the particulars of such policemen are taken for record and reference purposes before transacting with them. These are in addition to the immediate retraining of personnel across the state, including area commands and divisions. The Commissioner of Police warned that any policeman or team found violating these directives would be decisively dealt with, as he directed the X Squad to ensure compliance with these directives. The command is also using this medium to appeal to members of the public to report any act of extortion, harassment by policemen to the following phone numbers: Commissioner of Police, 0813291956, Police Public Relations Officer, PPRO, 08036363531, Public Complaints Bureau, PCB, 081509999335, Complaints Response Unit, CRU, 081003899992. Edo State Commissioner of Police expresses renewed commitment to protect lives and properties devoid of harassment or extortion. Meanwhile, an open letter written by Imafidon Amadiogi Stephen, a Facebook user and a native of the state, highlighted the pains and sufferings people are being subjected to by policemen committing the act of criminal harassment and extortions in the state. The Facebook user said, "I am writing to bring to your attention the alarming rate of police extortion and brutality in Edo State. These issues have severe consequences on the lives of citizens, undermine trust in law enforcement, and hinder socio-economic development. Extortion. Citizens are frequently subjected to unwarranted stops, searches, and demands for bribes. Brutality. Physical and verbal abuse by police officers have become all too common. Fear and trauma. The prevalence of these issues has instilled fear and trauma in the minds of citizens. Reform. Implement reforms to address systemic issues within the police force. Accountability. Ensure officers are held accountable for misconduct. Training. Provide training on human rights, community policing, and professionalism. Community engagement. Foster positive relationships between police and citizens. Establish oversight bodies. Create independent bodies to investigate complaints against police officers. Increase transparency. Make police operations more transparent, including body cameras and dash cams. Community outreach. Engage with citizens, listen to concerns, and build trust. Officer welfare. Improve officer welfare to reduce stress and burnout. Call to action. We urge you to take immediate action to address these issues. The people of Edo State deserve a safe and just society, where law enforcement agencies serve and protect with integrity. Conclusion. We believe that with your leadership, we can create a better future for Edo State. We look forward to seeing tangible reforms and actions that prioritize the safety and dignity of all citizens. Meeting with the resident Anti-Corruption Commissioner of ICPC at Police Headquarters in Benin City, Edo State, the Police Command PRO reported that, in a bid to enhance inter-agency collaboration and promote integrity in the fight against corruption, the Edo State Commissioner of Police, CP Monday Okpebholo, FDC, played host to the resident Anti-Corruption Commissioner of the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, Mrs. Ioj Primo, at the command headquarters in Benin City on Wednesday, May 14, 2025. During the visit, Mrs. Primo solicited collaboration and cooperation from the Edo State Police Command, emphasizing the importance of synergy between agencies in tackling corruption and other related offenses. CP Okpebholo, in his response, assured the ICPC resident commissioner of the necessary support and cooperation from the police command. The Commissioner of Police reiterated his commitment to upholding the highest standards of integrity and professionalism in the discharge of duties by police officers in the state. He also expressed his willingness to work closely with the ICPC and other anti-corruption agencies to ensure a corruption-free policing environment in Edo State. In another news, the police spokesperson issued a photos press release and said, "The Commissioner of Police, Edo State Command, CP Monday Okpebholo, FDC accompanied by the Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of operations, DCP Benjamin Abang, the Divisional Police Officer, DPO, Evbuatubu Division, CSP Ifa Uadia, and the Officer in charge of Marine Police Benin, CSP Karajogbonwen, on a strategic visit to Gelejele Riverine area in Ovia Northeast Local Government Area of Edo State, bordering Delta, Kogi, and Ondo states. The visit was aimed at identifying flashpoints that criminals may take advantage of. and to work out strategies to ensure a safer environment for residents and preventing any security challenge.
Osas Welcome Radio, bringing you the news in a more digital way.